Alright guys, so welcome to day one of 30 days of college advice. My name is Jeffrey, I'm with Achieve Ed, and today we're going to be talking about 7 things that you should do as a junior to get started on your college apps. So I know that the college application process can seem vast and maybe confusing, but we're going to break it all down for you in this video so that you know where to begin. Now, obviously, this video is going to be targeted towards juniors and incoming seniors. If you're a younger student, do not worry. We've got plenty of content coming out for you in the next month. So make sure you do stay subscribed to this channel so that you do not miss a single upload. Anyways, getting back to this video right here, let's start off with this list of 7 things that you should do to get started on college apps. So the first thing is the most important thing and also the easiest thing. That's creating a Common App account. So if you don't know what Common App is, it's basically this website where there's almost everything college related centered around this website. So Common App is where you're submitting most of your college applications. It's where you're going to be uploading your application essays. It's where you're going to be answering all the application questions and stuff like that. It's also where your teachers are going to be uploading their recommendation letters as well. So super important to have a Common App account. And luckily, like I said, it's very easy to create. You just go to commonapp.org. From there, you can just go ahead and register for an account using your personal information, and then you're going to be all set and ready. Now, on a side note, a kind of side tip thing, I would recommend personally creating a new email address specifically for college applications. Because you're going to be getting a lot of promotional and marketing emails from colleges in the next few months. And if you don't want that to clutter up your personal email, it's better just to create an entire new email address for everything college related. Okay, so anyways, you've created your Common App account. Next, you're going to want to ask your teachers for recommendation letters. Now, some of you may have already done this, and that's great. Good, you're ahead of the game. But if you haven't, I would highly recommend asking your teachers to write you a recommendation letter at the end of your junior year. This way, your teachers have the entire summer to write your letter. As far as who to ask, we recommend asking 2 teachers, preferably from your junior year, because they know you best because they've had you, the most recently. And also we prefer AP teachers because AP teachers have probably written a lot of recommendation letters for other students in previous years. So they probably know what's going on and they can probably write a really good letter for you. Okay, so now number 3 on this list, moving on, is think about which colleges you want to apply to. Now, if you already have a college list, that's great. Or if you already have an idea of where you want to apply, that's really good. But if you don't, that's completely fine, right? Start looking into it now. Start looking into, first of all, what you're interested in and what you want to study. And secondly, schools that'll fit what you're looking for in an academic program, in a social environment, etc. Now, I would like to note that rankings do not mean everything. So don't just assume that if a school is ranked like a couple points higher than another school, then that means, you should prefer the school that's ranked higher. That's just simply not true in a lot of cases. You should really look deeper into the schools, look at the school programs, see if you could actually see yourself going to that school. And if yes, then put it on your college list. If it's just because it's ranked high, then, you should take a deeper look at that before you just apply to that school. You want to have some reach schools, which are like schools with really low acceptance rates that you don't know if you're going to get into, but you want to give a shot at it. Then you have your target schools, which are kind of like the middle of the pack. These are like schools you're pretty confident about getting into. Maybe you won't get into them, but you're pretty confident based on your stats and based on other people who've gotten in that you'll also be able to get in. And then there's safety schools. You want to have a few of those for sure, where basically you're pretty much guaranteed acceptance. Like 90% you're going to be accepted, whether it's because their acceptance rate is just really high or maybe you have some sort of guaranteed admission into that school. You do want to have safety schools just in case everything else goes wrong. Okay, now moving on to number 4 on this list, that is creating a resume. Now, most colleges don't actually require that you upload a resume into Common App or anything like that, but it's still a good idea for you to create a resume, even if it's just for personal use. And that's because of 3 reasons. First of all, it's really helpful when you fill out the Common App questions, which are going to ask you for your top 10 activities. So you can kind of just copy from your resume over onto your Common App questions, if you already have that resume set up. Also, a resume is really helpful when you're brainstorming for topics for an application essay. If you don't know what to write about, you can just refer to your resume, because if you think about it, a resume is basically a list of everything you've done in high school. So you can kind of refer to your resume and maybe get some ideas from that. And lastly, teachers who are going to write your rec letters usually want some sort of resume just because it makes it easier on them. So if you're already making a resume for your teachers, it's probably also a good idea just to save a copy for yourself. Now, if you don't know how to create a resume, that's completely fine. Your resume doesn't even have to be professional because, like I said, it's mainly for your personal use. So even just like a Google Doc with some bullet points and stuff like that, that's completely fine. Nobody's gonna judge you for that. Okay, so number 5 on this list is start to think about a topic for your Common App essay. The Common App essay is generally considered the most important essay in your college application because it's the one essay that gets sent to every single school that you apply to through Common App, which is going to be the vast majority of your schools. So you definitely want to spend a lot of time thinking about what topic to write your Common App essay on. And I know it can be hard because essentially your entire life is on the table. You can pretty much write about anything for this essay. So think carefully, maybe jot down a few topics, narrow it down eventually so that you have a really solid topic for your Common App essay. All right, now moving on to number 6 here, I'm going to talk about Reddit. So there's a subreddit called r/applying to college, and this subreddit is super useful. I definitely recommend tuning into it or subscribing to it. Even if you don't use Reddit, I have a lot of friends who've never used Reddit before, but they've tuned in to r/applying to college because that's how useful it is. It's basically a community of hundreds of thousands of students from around the country who all have probably the same questions as you, maybe even applying to the same schools as you or the same major as you are. So it's just really helpful to have that online community that's able to help you. Okay, so now last thing on this list is number 7. That is subscribe to this YouTube channel for all the latest college advice and tips. We're providing free advice for the entire month of June. So this is a great way for you to learn more about the college process through our free resources. So go ahead and subscribe to our YouTube channel if you have not already. Anyways, guys, that is going to be it for this video. I do hope you guys enjoyed this one. Make sure to tune back in tomorrow for day 2 of our 30 Days of College Advice series. Tomorrow, we will actually be going into more detail about teacher rec letters, how you should ask your teacher, what you should do, basically that entire process. So come back tomorrow for more. Like this video if you did enjoy it. And until next time, I'll see you guys later. Peace out.